A sudden explosion during a chemical weapons inspection. Chaos, fear. This is a training exercise, the lessons potentially life-saving for inspectors as they do their work in war-torn Syria. Franz Ontal is the head of inspector training.
We are performing our inspections in the middle of a conflict. We've never done this before. It's not something that you could have foreseen 2 years ago and planned for.
These inspectors from the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons are being trained to identify dangerous situations, to avoid getting kidnapped, but also to help if they witness violent events. This hostile environments training course is conducted by the German Army.
The German military makes this exercise as realistic as possible. The sounds, the pops that you hear, the hectic is exactly the same way it would be on the battlefield. And in this sort of an environment, the weapons inspectors from the OPCW have to keep their composure and administer first aid in a correct way.
The knowledge could be vital to these inspectors very soon. OPCW has been tasked with cataloging and monitoring the destruction of Bashar al-Assad's chemical weapons. After a major chemical attack in the Damascus suburbs, though the regime denies it was responsible. In August, snipers opened fire on a convoy of UN experts investigating suspected chemical weapons attacks. One vehicle was disabled in the attack. The inspectors were forced to turn back. The German Army's head of hostile environments training believes the biggest threats could emerge when the inspectors move in areas contested between regime forces and the opposition.
We have different players in Syria, and I think that is not easy for the trainees here and for their job in Syria.
After the inspectors dressed all the pretended wounds in the exercise, the head of inspector training says he was satisfied with their performance.
Given a situation, a crisis situation, and a chaotic situation, and people screaming in language that you don't understand, they were able to stop and assess the situation before they performed any action. And that I think was successfully done today.
But as realistic as this scenario was, it was just an exercise. The next stop for some of these chemical weapons experts could be Syria, one of the most dangerous places in the world. Fred Pleitgen, CNN, Wildflecken, Germany.
How many people are hurt inside?